You post something, then you check it again 90 seconds later. That's not confidence leaking out. That's a debt collector showing up. There's a name for what's happening in your brain right now. It's called validation debt. Every time you borrow your sense of worth from someone else's reaction, you're not gaining anything. You're taking out a loan, and loans come with interest. Here's the mechanism. Researchers at Harvard Medical School found that a positive comment, a like, a nod of approval, lights up the exact same dopamine pathway as food and money. Your brain doesn't know the difference between someone praising your work and someone handing you cash. Same circuit, same hit. But dopamine has a rule nobody tells you about. Tolerance. The 10th like doesn't feel like the first one. Your brain needs a bigger hit to register the same reward. So you post more. You check more. You start shaping what you say, what you wear, even what you believe, around whatever gets the strongest reaction. That's the interest payment. You're not just borrowing worth anymore. You're paying it back at a worse rate every single time. Now here's the part that actually explains why some people escape this and some people don't. Psychologists Ryan and Deci spent decades studying motivation, and they found something specific. People who feel competent, autonomous, and connected on their own terms don't need external proof to feel solid. People who don't have that build what's called an external reference point. Every decision gets run through the same filter. What will they think? This is the second thing worth naming. The reference point shift. Somewhere along the way, your sense of "am I doing okay" moves from inside your own head to outside it, into other people's faces. And once that shift happens, you stop trusting your own read on your own life. A stranger's silence can ruin your day. A friend's raised eyebrow can make you second-guess something you were sure about 10 minutes ago. Picture the guy who posts a photo of something he built. It's good work. He knows it's good work. But he opens the app 40 times over the next 2 hours. Not because he's insecure by nature, because his brain already logged the first few likes as a hit, and now it wants confirmation the hit was real. If the numbers slow down, something in his chest actually drops. That's not vanity. That's a nervous system that's been trained to treat approval like oxygen. And this doesn't stay on your phone. The same debt shows up in the job you pick because it sounds impressive at dinner, not because you actually want to do it. It shows up when you stay quiet in a group chat because agreeing is safer than being the one who disagrees. It shows up when you choose the safe version of your own opinion in a meeting, then wonder why you feel hollow walking out of it. None of that is weakness, it's the same loan, just collected in a different currency. Researcher Michael Kernis found something that flips this whole thing around though. People who act from their own values, regardless of who's watching, show dramatically higher psychological well-being over time, even when they get less external praise, less approval, more stability. That shouldn't make sense if approval is really what you need. But it does make sense if approval was never the actual goal. It was just the easiest thing to chase. So here's what to actually do with this. Stop asking, "Did that go well?" Start asking, "Did that match what I actually think?" Different question. One keeps you tied to a debt you'll never pay off. The other builds something that doesn't need anyone else's signature to be real. Try this the next time you notice yourself refreshing, rehearsing, or rewording something for someone else's reaction. Ask 2 questions before you act. Would I still do this if nobody ever found out? And would I still be proud of this if the reaction was silence? If both answers are yes, you're spending from your own account. If either answer is no, you're taking out another loan. You don't need to disappear from social media or stop caring what anyone thinks. That's not realistic and it's not the point. The point is noticing the moment your brain reaches for someone else's reaction before it's even formed its own opinion. Catch that moment enough times and the debt stops compounding. That's the whole game. If this made something click, you know what to do. And if you've been living off borrowed approval for a while now, today's a decent day to stop making the payments